Green Day, I swear to God, it's day. I walk these empty streets on the boulevard of broken dreams. Play these sleeves. Fucking kidding me right now, dude. Green Day is my favorite band ever. Yeah, what's good? Y'all hear me better now? I had the wrong. I didn't even have my phone hooked up to the access point. So my phone wasn't hooked up to the access point. So that's why it was like spazzing out on me like that. But nah, shout out to Tamara. For those of y'all new here, don't know, that's my Chevy Silverado. I got a new brake controller for my trailer. So the trailer brakes are back strong again. Cause I had a Kurt on there before. The Kurt went out on me. So I just replaced it with a new unit. I forget the name. It sounds Japanese. Takanashi or some shit, but it had great reviews. It was like 139 bucks. Figured I might as well go ahead and get the wiring harness while I'm there. Buying that. So I took care of all that this morning. Yesterday, I got new wheel hubs. They're not the wheel bearings, they're the wheel hub units, which I like dealing with because you don't need a press tool to get them in and out of the spindle or the steering knuckle. It's a lot easier, held in place with 3 15mm bolts. Took care of that. So while I was doing that, I had a low speed. When I went to go hit the brakes in my truck, I would get a pulsing sensation. It would like kick back. Like when I was going like 5 miles an hour, when I was braking and I would brake, it'd go it would make that noise. That's an ABS actuator. So what it was, I mean, I'm sure you already know this, but it was the wheel speed sensor. When the wheel speed sensor goes bad, or it wasn't even bad, it was just a lot of rust on the a lot of rust surface detection, and it was interfering with the signal. So it was causing the ABS to activate the anti-lock braking module. So I put that off for a while. As a matter of fact, all I did to fix it was remove the ABS sensor. I mean the ABS, the fuse for the ABS. It's a 60 amp fuse right under the hood. Took that out. It broke fine. So yesterday when I was replacing the wheel hubs, I spent, when you if you ever had to replace the wheel speed sensor, you have to there's a little hex head. It's like a 5mm not hex, but what's that shit called? Like a little Allen wrench. The Allen wrench head. I'm not thinking about it right now. So I'm sitting there. I spent like an hour trying to get that out because it was rusted. So I finally said, fuck that. I opened up the new bearings. I got the Timken bearings. I opened up the new bearings where they had a brand new wheel speed sensor already in the bearing. And I was like, I just spent all this time trying to get my old ones out so I could put it in the new wheel hub. And the whole time they provided it for you already. This is why they say you get what you pay for. On cheaper wheel hubs, they don't come with the wheel speed sensor. But yeah, so I did that. I put new brake pads on there because I had some little cheap brake pads on there. And my truck does a lot. Like we homies, and I was like, my truck gets the best. So I put some decent brake pads on there, low brake dust, no brake noise. And I drove it to Manassas and helped my cousin out with his Ford Fusion. Truck drive smooth. I'm talking rolling. I'm talking like, damn. And I tightened up the bolts on the exhaust. I had a little exhaust leak. I like my truck. I like my truck. Shout out to Tamara. So anyway, I go to Manassas to help my cousin out. He's stuck on the side of the road. So he gets the vehicle towed to one of his friend's house. He has a 2017 Ford Fusion. Now his issue was it wasn't going, when he was driving, the vehicle just coasted into neutral and slowed to a stop. He tried to put it in reverse, it went back to park. He tried to put it in drive, it'd jump right back to park, and he couldn't shift. He was stuck, vehicle running, everything. So he called me, he get it over there. I ended up getting out there, and the issue was, at first I thought it was the sensor, so I brought my fancy scan tool ready to interact with some computer to try to, because I figured it go into limp mode or see if I can do something to hold them over. So I get there, and the shift linkage that's attached to the lever on the transmission, because you know it's a little transverse mounted engine, so the transmission is right under the hood. The bushing had fell out the shift linkage. The little rubber bushing. It's an $8 part that caused catastrophe, all that. And it was like, damn, that's what's wrong. Like, come on, Ford. Like, Ford uses that dumbass rubber bushing to connect the shift linkage to the control lever on your transmission. Damn, son. I mean, but it's an easy fix. If you got a little baby seat clamp, you can get right in there. You don't even need no tools. So what I did yesterday was I just zip tied it to the lever. He gets around fine. He's at work right now. He ordered the part, and it's waiting at the store for him. So I'm gonna head out there to help him out and get that done, taken care of. I got more wood to pick up. I got these rounds right here that I gotta split. Well, I don't know y'all can actually see it like so, but I gotta split these rounds right here. So this was sitting on somebody's, where the rounds at? You can see how big this piece is. No, let me take you over here. Well, some of this stuff was just sitting on somebody's property for like, what do you say? Been sitting there for like 2 years. So you can see this is well seasoned right here. It's ready to burn. Them boiler size. You see these cuts are boiler size cuts. People with outdoor boilers. So I picked this up. When I picked this up the day before yesterday, and it's just been sitting in my trailer. I finally got it all back here. I'm ready to go get some more. And then you come over here, you look, a vixen knocked down some of my wood pile. Where the ladies at? The ladies appreciate when you show up with wood like this size. They love it. It don't burn as long as the bigger pieces, but the skinny pieces give you your flames, and people love seeing flames. And it's easier to move around, so the older people, you deliver to older people, they will appreciate something like this, as opposed to those big blocks people be delivering, because the people with wood splitters are too lazy to break down the rounds correctly. They'll sell you some wood that's like this size and call it split. You know, yeah, you like, damn, you trying to move this in and out your damn house to your fireplace from the backyard, and that gets heavy and weighs on older people. So I'm not gonna sell you nothing that look like this. So that's crazy, but that's what it is. I don't even know what that is. I want to say hickory. I have no idea. Beat ass said I love flames. Then yeah, I'm your guy. Because these little pieces like this give you unlimited flames. The bigger pieces tend to smolder. It gives off heat longer though, but that's the compromise. See, all of this is easy to move around and stack, which is why I cut them skinny. Now, if somebody calls me and tells me they have a boiler, or outdoor boiler or something like that, or they want some bigger pieces, I throw some chunks in there like this size, but you know, I'll throw some chunks in there like this size. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Whoever sang that song is my favorite fucking band, along with Chunga Wanga. Anyway, so I gotta get this moved over here so I can make room for the gator to get in and out of here. Then I got a space on the other side of the yard that I'm gonna keep wood for next year and just let it season over there, which I'll be out of range if I take y'all over there. But I'm gonna split it here, Then just take it over there, get some more pallets, and just let that sit till next year. What else? Somebody said he was kidding, Gospel Bear. BG, sometimes I wonder about your taste in music. Are you fucking kidding me right now, Gospel Bear? Smash mouth. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. In Green Day, the Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Yeah, I mean, you're talking to a guy that sings Cher songs in the garden, so I'm not the barometer for somebody you should judge on whether or not what's good music or not. I listen to all types of music. Not, you know, I don't listen to Cher and shit like that, but I hear her songs all the time in like commercials and movies and shit. As a matter of fact, let's throw some skinny pieces on that there fire. Live Free, Live Wild said BG loves Tom McDonald. And I finally found my mojo. My fire making skills. I couldn't get it up the other night. Yeah, I'm smoking now. Might throw a shoulder on there. Might wrap a shoulder up and throw it in the fire pit. I got that bad boy sizzling right there. Yes, sir. Where this wet shit at? Come here. Come here. Get in the sauce. 'Cause I walk these empty streets on the boulevard of broken dreams. The hell? What's up with y'all? What's up with you guys? Yo, Live Free, Live Wild. Didn't you put out a video last night? Nah, you did the Walmart hat tent. You did the converting the Walmart tent to a hat tent video. Didn't you? I get your notifications. Yeah, y'all go check out Live Free, Live Wild. He got that amazing outdoorsy shit. I like that. I'm definitely gonna be spending more time outside. Like I'm getting rid of, like for those of y'all that don't know, like I'm Control Alt deleting like these truthers from my lineup. Oh, shout out to Athlete X too. Like I like watching that type of stuff. Like I don't comment on y'all shit because then I comment, especially like there's other people I watch that be live streaming and then I comment and then people that just talk about me for a minute straight. They're like BG. I'm like, I don't want to be seen like that. I'm not here to be like, look at me. Like that shit, gay. I don't comment on people shit. For real. But I see y'all. Bionic Bastard said, I went outside yesterday. I'm good. Watachi Running Free said, come up here and shovel snow. Watachi, if I was your neighbor, I'd shovel your snow for free. Even though you're annoying as fuck. Shout out to you. Yeah, I shovel. Some of y'all don't know me. I do things just for the adventure, the fun of it. Just because I can, or just because I'm in a position to help somebody out. One day you might be hurting, and there's something I could do, something I can lift. Like I helped my neighbor put stones down on the side of her driveway. She trying to make it look all cute. I didn't understand it, but she went to Home Depot. I need help. She went and got brick and mortar and started building like a pool. Like she's old, but she stays moving. You think you can help? You know, I help. It's people out there, they think like I'm mean or something. Like, nah, I help, bro. If you need help, like, hit me up. It's people. Some of y'all out there don't even drive. Like, y'all need to go to the store. Like, if y'all live next to me and I know y'all good people, I come take you to the store. Or give you a ride somewhere. Somebody said, you taking Tamara up to Ottawa? I would never disrespect Tamara in that manner. Fucking kidding me? Anyway, yeah, I'm the type of dude that'll see somebody I know at a bus stop and not wave at them. I'll pull over, be like, where you headed? And if it's the same direction I'm headed, I'm like, get in. I'm headed up that way. Like, some of y'all see people y'all know at a bus stop and just be like, hey, and then y'all roll out when the red light turn green, y'all, hey, I'm. Nah, if I see you and we lock eyes, I'm like, yo, I'm going that way too. Get in. You in a hurry? Cause I got some stuff to pick up. You trying to make $100 real quick? I can sure use the manpower or woman power, whatever the fuck. Somebody said it depends on the friend. Somebody said I'm friendly, not that. That's not even friendly. That's when people you know, like, I don't just sit up there and smile. People I don't know and shit. Like, I don't, like, people say I mean mug everybody, but like, when you know me, I'm good people. Not telling you I'm good people. That's what people say about me, because I tend to do what other people won't. I take it there when other people don't. But nah, I'm not gonna leave somebody on stuck. Like, I'm the type of person you ask for money and I tell you no, cause I don't fuck with you like that, you know. I don't sit up there and mealy mouth and beat around the bush. But I'm also the type of person, if you do ask me for money, I don't loan out money. I give you money. If you like, yo, BG, I need $1,000. I'll give you $1,000. I don't expect that back. That's what fucks up friendships. When you ever gave somebody something and they're like, I'll pay you back, I tell them, like, nah, don't worry about it. You know they're a real one if they actually do pay you back, and then you accept it. That's how that happens. Automatically, by default, don't expect shit from anyone. But if you do give me that money back after I told you don't worry about it, you're a real one. And it's a two-way street. You know, it shouldn't just be depend on me, or, hey, can I borrow this? Hey, can I borrow that? And then when I'm in a position and I need some assistance with something, I ask you for something, you never have nothing. I like investing in people. Like, what are you doing with your life right now? Like, where are you going? What road you taking? Is that path narrow? What do you have planned? What is your goal? Do you have a purpose? Like, these are the things I want to know. Because you ever give somebody money and it's like, you might as well be flushing it down the toilet. It's like, yo, I just gave you money. I gave you $1,000 like last week. And here you are with your cell phone cut off. Where the fuck did that money go? A month later, hey, you got, can I borrow $100? Like, nah. Like, those aren't the type of people I'm talking about. Like, a lot of people don't have a purpose. Somebody said, would you let someone use Tamara? My wife doesn't even drive my truck. Her BMW is our BMW. My truck is my truck. That's how this relationship is. And she's watching right now. She gives zero. That's how it is. That's the type of man I am. Her Jeep is our Jeep. My truck is my truck. It's not one of these guys, and you won't believe how many guys I go to their house. They're driving the Chevy Traverse, and their wife is driving the Ridge line, or the 2500, the HDs, the diesel truck. I'm like, why your wife drive your truck? Like, yeah, yeah, you know, she likes it. I'm like, yo, but she got a Chevy Traverse. But she likes my truck better, and I don't really use the truck. No, I got a good reason too. I use my truck every day. We all hauling shit. Bro, I paid it. Already paid it. No, nobody drives my truck. No one. It'll be an emergency if I'm like on the side of the road, like if I'm in the Jeep somewhere and I need the truck, yeah, come in that. But outside of that, no. What type of shit is that? Somebody said Trudeau cut, man. Fuck Trudeau. Yeah, no one drives my truck. Some of y'all swap vehicles. And guys, look, where the ladies at? Ladies, this ain't one of those chauvinistic pig things and toxic masculinity. It's like, it's good to have boundaries in a relationship, you know? That's actually healthy. It helps to establish parameters. Hey, this is what I do. Don't, you know, I don't like you driving my truck because when I get back in it, settings are changed. There's always a new dent that wasn't there the day before. It's making a weird noise that it wasn't. What the fuck have you been doing? How fast have you been driving in this shit? You know, just you've been hitting corners like a banshee on fire straight out of hell. You know, go do that in your SUV. You got an SUV. That's what you like. The reason I say my truck is my truck and her Beamer is our Beamer is because I work on her vehicle. So by default, I automatically get that privilege of driving her vehicle. You know, you guys, it's good to establish boundaries in a relationship. And this ain't new. Like, fellas, if you get in a relationship and you automatically, let's say you got a Honda Ridgeline. She has a Nissan Altima. And you let her drive your Honda Ridgeline. You can't years later in that relationship be like, no, mine. Nah, because now you wacky, wavy, inflatable. Nah, the way I am now is the way I was since this relationship began. Which is why one of the many reasons why I'm so respected in this relationship. Cause she know I'm not wacky, wavy, inflatable. The way I was, I take my showers every night. I don't change up. I don't switch up. So I've been doing some of the same routines with slight variations. Like, she knows me. She knows if I let her drive my truck, she knows this is the invasion of the body snatchers and I'm not the real BG. Honest, I might get hit upside the head with a fire extinguisher. Seriously. She be like, hey, you drive. I'll be like, sure, baby, drive to take the truck. She be like, like something wrong. This a clone. This nigga's a clone. This is somebody said wacky, wavy, inflatable come from Canada. Stop picking on Canada. Somebody said my wife and I established body snatcher expectations at the beginning of the marriage for sure. Yeah, like certain things and there's certain like cues, you know, that you go over where it's like if it's two of us, which one is the real me? And she knows the me that would let her drive my truck is definitely not the real me. So that me would get shot, you know? I also don't do the kitchen thing. Like I used to cook, like I made like steak and rice at the beginning, but I don't cook. I can cook, but I don't cook. As a matter of fact, when she shows up and sees me in the kitchen cooking, she's offended. She's like, wait a minute, what? Like, that shit doesn't compute. Like, it's disrespectful for me to just be in there cooking. Like, that's how it is over here. Like, I'm not just gonna sit up here and just cook a fucking meal and then she walk through the doors like, no, I cook. That's just how it is. Different strokes for different folks. Yeah, that's their kitchen, bro. You can't. All you could do is like. I like how women use the same argument for guys getting tools. They be like, remember that impact wrench you got? Like, that's your tools. And I'm like, yeah. Well, I need this food processor. This food processor is my tool. And I'm like, but that shit is expensive. That fucking impact wrench was expensive. Somebody said, same concept as the one you made a mow on the neighbor's lawn. Yeah. Right. Like, I'm not just somebody that talks shit about people. Like, I like sincere people. Like, I like honest people. Like, real people out here in the real world, everyday people. Like, there's no need to, take a camera around with me and show you everything I do, or, just, I might, I got time, and one day if I have enough time, I might see a neighbor out there who still got some shit in their yard from the last and be like, yo, I got it, don't worry about it. It's responsibility. Somebody said when my wife said I do, that meant she do the dishes, the cleaning, and cooking. Yeah, but you got some guys out there that try to force it, and it doesn't end well for them. And then the women feel oppressed in that relationship because they take what they see on social media and how other women react to certain situations, and they take it to heart and automatically apply that to your relationship. So now things that shouldn't offend her start to offend her. And then she heaps to herself women, may or may not, heaps to herself women that tell her she shouldn't put up with that shit and this, that, and the third, and you deserve better. And the whole time you're doing everything a man's supposed to do, bringing home the bacon, you make a decent amount of money, you're a hard worker, you're a doer, you get shit done, and she starts to resent that. And then she starts fucking with some guy that drives a Nissan Altima. No, this isn't experience talking. This is just, I'm just like piecing shit together. Like, this is what I think social media fucks up a lot of people's relationships, because people put unrealistic expectations on their relationships based on how they see other people interact with each other on social media. Like, for instance, some of y'all watch YouTube couples, or you might see a happy couple on Instagram. That's not always them. They're not always happy. Sometimes they argue. Sometimes it's life and death. But they get together and they take this perfect picture, the perfect Christmas card style picture. And you think to yourself, how come I can't be that happy in my relationship? And there don't be nothing wrong with your relationship. You just want more. Your greed kicks in. You want more. You want to be that picture perfect couple that you've seen on Instagram, on YouTube, in Hollywood, on the movies. Fuck him. Fuck her. And then the resentment creeps. You're not even conscious of it, but it creeps in and spreads like dark side. And before you know it, you get to arguing over stupid shit like straws. Mine. This is why I hate your fucking mother. You start telling each other you hate each other's mothers, and then more deeper shit comes out, and then it's like at which point in the relationship you should, what the fuck are we doing together? But instead of saying what the fuck are we doing together and actively taking steps in the relationship to resolve the issue, and or just separate, you stay in that environment, and then you know he ends up fucking around on you. She ends up constantly going through your phone because she doesn't trust you. Constantly saying fucked up shit to each other. I mean, the usual. Gospel Bearer said, I couldn't be more blessed. My wife and I both seek obedience to Jesus. Life has plenty of struggle. Scrolled up too fast. Yeah, that's how we happen. Like, our relationship, it revolves around us having the same faith. So we do the same thing. So when I told her I don't celebrate Valentine's Day or Christmas, or I don't even celebrate my birthdays, there's an understanding when everything is out in the open because of your personal beliefs, your faith. And some people had that because they want to impress people, and impressing people, the initial impression of your relationship, impressing people can lead to a long-term fucked up relationship where you feel like you have to keep up a facade where that's not really you, and you feel like you can't go back on it because this is how you got the train going. So now when you do come clean about who you really are or what you decide to do, now it's an issue, and rightfully so. Your partner, your spouse has problems with that. Like, and then that's when you get the age-old phrase, you've changed. And then shit just goes downhill from there. So I painted the house in this shirt. Fuck y'all talking about? Unmaker said the expectations get set. Exactly. The expectations I have set from the beginning is reliable. Extremely reliable. There's some people, like like my brother, he's more outgoing than I am, like on that type of level. So like I can see how like fast women would look at that and be like, oh, that's what I want. They want the outgoing, like not outgoing. Like, I'm more of a homebody. Like, I go to work when I was working for a company, when I was doing fleet mechanic work, mobile mechanic work. I don't play that shit. I don't entertain women that I'm not related to on that type of level, unless it's business. And even then I'm like, so that, and that's just me. That doesn't even have nothing to do with her. That's just the type of man I am. Like, I leave no room for there to be any mishaps about what happened, or for people to get the wrong idea. It's just being smart, putting yourself in, and don't ever put yourself in a situation you might have to look back on and explain an embarrassment. Like, oh fuck yeah, like I don't do shit like that. And that's just me. But yeah, she knows I'm reliable, and she knows that by default. So when I say something, and I'm a doer, so when I say something like that's bullshit, then that's bullshit. I said that's all a woman really needs, and honorable. It's like, yeah, sometimes being honorable can get you through phases in a relationship or through your life where you not being able to properly financially provide will get, So let me try to say that better. Sometimes being a man, like just being a respectable man, can get you through hard times in a relationship or just in life in general where you not being able to financially make it won't. Like where other people with the finances fuck up the relationship. Hey, yeah, you're broke. Yeah, bro. And then it's big, like, women they're calm when they see you calm. Like, this is what I meant by not like fucking freaking out over everything. Like everything doesn't deserve a reaction. I think I said that talking about the right and left, about how they react to everything in politics and how everything's a spectacle. Yeah, some people do that in a relationship. And as a result, a woman can sense that your foundation isn't solid. So it'll be easier for them to jump ship. That's why I remain calm in the face of adversity. So that's just a trait that I always had. And when she gets to freaking out, I'm like, don't worry, we're in good hands. Yeah, reactionaries. You don't want to be that in a relationship. Like, you don't want to be that in a relationship. Like, I got cousins, they put themselves in stupid situations. Like, moving on to a different type of topic within the same topic. Like, you fucking around with other women. And that's your girlfriend. You ain't married or nothing, but you gotta you got a crazy ass girlfriend, right? And you fucking with another girl in the same complex. And he's like, yo, this young, she bad, ain't she? I'm like, bro, you're stupid. You're retarded for this. You know that, right? What you talking about? Nigga, you're like, why even waste time at that point? I just have a different outlook on it. Like, it's not going to do nothing but cause you drama. And I don't understand guys that like that type of shit. But younger women tend to like the more outgoing men, the guys that go to clubs and just do wild shit. Like, they just like, dude, you want to go to fucking Ottawa, Canada? Go to Ottawa, Canada to a fucking truckers rally with our Prius? And they're like, fuck yeah, he's adventurous. That's not me. Like, I think about shit. I'm like, nah. And then I'll explain how I've reached this decision. But like, and I've never been the club type of person. The only reason I went to clubs was when I played at the Onyx 2, the Firehouse, the American Legion, down in Waldorf at the Thai Seafood. And I was with bands every time. I was the bass player. And as soon as we finished playing, I rode the fuck out. I don't like places where there's a lot of people. Like, I don't like people playing around behind me. And when you in a compact area like that and you got somebody behind you just dancing, I'm like, fuck is wrong with you? Like, I don't like people just be too close. They get the, nah, like, you too close. Like, this shit was 6 feet before it was 6 feet. I don't like that shit. So as a man, I don't put myself in those type of situations where I'm uncomfortable. Some people will put themselves in a situation where they are uncomfortable because they want to fit in with their other friends. Or they don't want to appear to be some type of Debbie Downer. Like it's fuck. Like, I believe, like, that's why I made the Introvert skit. It's like, I don't want to go out though, and they're like, come on, let's go to Burning Man, and you're like, I got shit to do. And they're like, dude, you gotta leave the fucking, just come out, dude. And I'm like, I gotta feed my pet dragon though, Charlie. Who the fuck is Charlie? You know, like I don't play that shit. And as a result, my life has gotten less complicated. Because people don't ask me to put myself in uncomfortable situations. The more you stay, people don't even ask me to go to Christmas dinners. I don't even have to deal with that because people know I don't change up. I don't, like, when you know when it's uncomfortable and you got to explain an uncomfortable truth to your people and you like, yeah, I don't do that. And then it's a big ordeal. It's not no more. Like this, and this came from work. Like I don't have to sit there and go through the motion. And I'm the type of man, my people know that if I'm saying I'm not doing it, I got a good reason for not doing it, and that's good enough for them. They're not gonna sit there, well, why won't you? And power up. You know, they like, they be like, where he at? Like, he said he's not coming. Well, why would he say that? He alright. So anyway, you know, you get over that phase. Keith Riddle said, morning, BG. What's up? Keith Riddle, where's your 100,000 siblings at? How they doing? Somebody said Larry David philosophy. Oh, this is Larry David philosophy? Shit, well, let me give you some other philosophy. I'm not trying to be like another person. Bro, I'm just being me. I just call it how I see it. I don't even know who Larry David is. Keith Riddle said, working on it. No birth, no death said he called you a miserable Jew. Oh, he called me a miserable Jew? Oh, I'm a miserable Jew? That's what's up. I'll be that. Yeah, I'll be that. If people can't use words to get me to do what they want me to do, what type of shit is that? Like, you're gay if you engage in that type of behavior. And you just said, you ever been, some people want you to do shit, and then that's like somebody asking you to go on a drive-by with them. They're like, get in the car. And you're like, nah, that's not what I do. And they're like, you fucking op. You fucking Mark. You miserable Mark. And you're like, that's not going to get me to get in the car and go shoot up another block. That's how that is. I'll be the miserable Jew. I don't even know you were talking to me, but I'm just saying that applies. Somebody out there needed to hear that. Like, it doesn't fucking matter what people say. Like, that shit is just people just air, hot air. They just, it's just hot air. People blow hot air, and it doesn't even mean shit. And they don't even have force behind their words. Not even ready to back up anything they're talking about. There's another thing I learned. Y'all know how I got like this? One of the big steps from me leaving that truther realm into engaging in this type of mindset was the death of my father. When my father died last year, I actually live streamed. I think I live streamed and talked about it. I ended up deleting it because I had like some fucking weird ass song in the background or some shit. I was like, yo, my father just died. Like, and that does something to you. When somebody that you look up to your life, and you know your father, you think your father's Superman. Like, he's like, this was a powerful dude. Like, when he spoke in the family, shit happened. Like, you know, the women in the family, they get together, they're chatty patty. Yeah. If you go into the household, you'll think the women are running shit. But all he has to say is a couple words and shit change. Like, the whole, they get quiet. It's like Mufasa. Like, you got the lioness, like the female lions are the ones that do the hunting. But the man eats first, you know? Like they respect him. Like he like shut up. He roars and they get quiet and shit happens. Yeah, that's my father. And then to watch him degrade, to watch his health steady decline like that, and to where he was on his deathbed. And I remember the day after, no, this was this the day after Father's Day? I went up there to see him. And when I went to leave, he was holding on to my hand. Like he didn't want to let go. I already knew then death was, yeah, he's about to die. And just to watch people go from something to nothing, you know, other people that take that experience, and then I got a call the next day from him, like, he's gone. I'm like, some people that take that experience and start crying, look to the sky, why? Become limitless victims. But I seen that as a humbling point, because no matter how big and how strong I am today, eventually that's the course we're all going to take. And it doesn't matter how much politics you talk, how much you blame on the left, how much you blame on the right. Ultimately, like the scripture teaches, you got to work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. And nothing proves that better than being on your deathbed. I don't have to be in his shoes to know that. I mentally put myself in his shoes to try to see what he was going through. And it was hell. Like, this is the life of man. And this is why I appreciate death. Because it gives life value. You can get your shit together as long as you here. It's like, it wasn't a painful situation for me. What was I? Ecclesiastes 9:5 says, the dead know nothing, for even the memory of them is forgotten. But the living know they shall die. So I took solace in that. I was like, that's what's up. Like, I understand that now. Even Ecclesiastes 7:1 says, the day of one's death is better than the day of one's birth. And it's like, do you really understand what's being said here? And then you read later in the New Testament where it says Abraham died not even receiving the promises, but having faith and believing in things that are still far off and yet to come. Right? And then you think about death, and then you think about how in Revelation it said death itself will be destroyed. But then you think about the in-between time, how death gives life purpose and how different cultures interpret death. And then it felt almost selfish for me to wish my father was still here, suffering. You know, it felt almost selfish for me to wish him back, bring him back. Like, how dare I say some shit like that? How dare I try to keep him here on this earth? Suffering, you see somebody when they about to die, you typically in pain. Everybody don't go when they sleep. Some people go when they sleep. Some people don't. I got a grandma that's 102 years old. She might go in her sleep. Maybe she won't. But it's like when you see somebody in intense pain every day, and then they die, and then you wish they hadn't died, that feels selfish and wrong to me. That feels like I wish my will be done. And that ultimately feels Luciferian. Death is a natural cycle of life. Death gives life value, especially for people who don't believe in nothing bigger than man. Death is the ultimate humbling experience. I think that's why Lucifer tricked him. It was like, you won't die. But he told the truth. You won't die right now, but you will begin to die. And it's like, I think about shit like that, and I'm like, I know I will die one day. My kids will die one day. You will die one day. And I think about man's science and how man has made progress in technology. And it's like, none of that shit means anything. And then I think about the truthers. This way that black people say I got black pill. I think about the people who call themselves truthers that don't talk about this ultimate truth. It doesn't matter your philosophy. It doesn't matter your diet. It doesn't matter your lifestyle. One day you will die, and you might die painfully, laid up on a hospital bed, sitting up in somebody's room on a couch. The people, your children that you raise up, will one day see you in that condition, unable to wipe your own ass, a lot of you. And at that moment, Trudeau, the Illuminati, the Medicis, thinking that figuring out the pyramid scheme is the ultimate truth, you will understand that's not the ultimate truth. You know, that's not even truth. That's not even the beginning. That's not even a layer peeled back. It means nothing. It's how you live your life. Like, we try to do better. Not saying for people to eat poorly, but some people worship diets. I've seen them. Like they work, like they do everything, and then they still either gain weight or look extremely fucked up. Like you ever see these people? Like the ultimate vegan who's so virtuous, and it's like your virtuosity means nothing. And it's like man, I just seen into the future and seen back. Not seen into the future like what's going to happen, seen into my future. Like, I don't have to be there right now to know how I'm going to feel then. So that's why when you see me doing what I'm doing, and when people call me a distraction and not talking about that bullshit they got going on all over the fucking place, and what people consider to be truth, and how people they'll bring names and be like, he's telling the truth, and if you're not telling the truth, then you're just a waste of time. All you do is play with a John Deere Gator or some shit like that. I don't know what the fuck people say, but it's like the more you see that the majority of these people that call themselves truthers don't have the love of the truth in them. They're like children just stumbling around in the dark, which is actually a scripture talking about the knowledge of man and the dogma. And it's just like the older I get, the more I stand on the older I get, the more I stand on my faith, like unashamed, because at the end of the day, the majority of the people here in this live chat subscribe to this channel. Fauci, Joe Biden, all of them, they're not going to be there when I'm on my deathbed. It's going to be family. And if I have successfully done a good job in the community, it's going to be community. There's going to be people who actually knew me and knew the type of man I was. Man, this isn't for like the gangbangers. They die and then they mama cry and be like, oh, little Ray Ray, put the little wings on the back and shit, a picture of him like he a saint. Nah, this ain't that. Like, this shit deeper than that. So that's why I say that shit doesn't matter. That's why I brush a lot of that shit off, because it doesn't fucking matter. Like, I take that to heart. Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. That's why I'm not worried about what he do. I know I got to do what I got to do, even in the face of adversity, even in the face of imminent death. It's like we all got to die one day. You know that, right? So what you think about actually dying for something you believe in? And then people be like, but you're leaving kids behind. The kids need you. That's why you got family and community. This is why people had tribes and villages. This is where the saying came from. It takes a village to raise a child. We don't do that no more. It's a selfish outlook on life to want to keep people here. Especially when people don't even understand their purpose. Like, this is why the scripture also teaches, especially in the book of Revelation, you will go through tribulation. I think about all this shit. You will. That rapture, no. You will go through tribulation, just like the prophets did, just like the men of scripture. Yeah, tribulation. And a lot of you will die for what you believe in. So because you're gonna die for what you believe in, does that mean you have to stop? Does that mean you stop believing in what you believe in? You know you're gonna die anyway. How much more for what you actually believe in? This is why I am the way I am. This is why I said I don't give a fuck about people's protests. If they're not ready to take it there for what they believe in, then they're blowing hot air. More of man's bullshit. They might as well be up there holding fossil fuel. All of you. I don't give a fuck if it's the left or the right. I don't give a fuck what it is. Because the people who aren't going to live like that aren't going to take that shit. And it's been done. It's been done not only by the Amish community, who you barely see in the news, this type of operations and shit don't work on, but they exist within the society that people call Babylon. And then I thought about the Hebrews. How they existed in Babylon, literally. How when they disobeyed the law, they were taken into captivity. Into Babylon. And in Babylon, they have their gods who you have to kneel and worship to. They didn't. They still worship the Most High, even in the face of imminent death. Even when they said, yo, kneel and worship this statue, they was like, no. Well, we're going to put you in this incinerator. They said, well, yeah, we just going to be some burnt up bitches then. That's what they said. That's what they said. And then later you read, the guard was like, y'all put 3 men in there. It's 4 men in there. Y'all need to understand, it's not always going to be 4 men in there. Sometimes it's just going to be 3 and you're going to be a burnt up bitch. You just going to be dead. Dying for what you believe in is a rite of passage. Everyone's not going to get saved from death. So I just figured that it's pointless to sit here and dote on it and dwell on it and pencil poise on it. Like it's sometimes, like, you know, it's something like it's something to fear. Nah, that shit great. Shout out to death. Because it's coming for all of you. You know, that's why that's what's meant by I gotta make this life worth living. Because I know one day I will die. And man does everything in man's power to keep from dying. But somehow, in spite of all of man's technological advances, they can't figure out how not to die. And then in the same sentence, man will call themselves gods. And then in the same culture, man will worship man. Man worships man. You know, man. Vulnerable when they take a shit. Man. They die. They get old, withering away. It doesn't matter how powerful you are when you're young. I'm in good shape right now. It's not going to always be that way. Man. So it doesn't make sense for me to sit here and put stock in man or what man says when it goes against my beliefs, my core beliefs, my foundation that I'm rooted in. That sometimes I forget myself. But the older I get, the more I'm like, yeah, nah, I ain't rocking like that. And there's no need for me to scream and shout about it. We just don't do that shit. That's why when people was trying to get me to go to the January 6th protest. Because I live right fucking there. DC is right there. And people were emailing me, see you January 6th. I'm like, what? To do what? Like for Trump? All of Trump's bullshit aside, Trump is gonna die. Y'all, you're asking for salvation from a government. You're asking a government to give you salvation. That's what I see. I mean, we don't even have to go into all that deep and this is a psyop. Fuck a psyop. Or this shit deeper than that. This is life. This is life. Validated by one's death. Death gives you purpose. That's not the only thing that gives you purpose. That's not what gives you purpose. But for the sake of this conversation, death gives your life purpose. Which is why I said vampires who live forever are like, yo, I want to die. You've seen the movies. It makes sense. Vampires wander aimlessly about country to country, sucking blood, never satisfied, because they never get that release. And here a bunch of people are asking the government that they hate for salvation. Are y'all fucking retarded? Like, I don't give a fuck. And then people like, they're rolling back restrictions. What restrictions? What restrictions? Like, every day I'm reminded that I don't kneel before a golden statue of Nebuchadnezzar. That's not what I do. And we don't need to scream and shout about it, because that's not how you prove it. You prove it by standing firm on your foundation. You don't move about. You don't wacky, wavy, inflate. You don't get excited when billionaires say they support you. Them niggas is gonna die with their billions of dollars. These people with their millions and billions of views will die. And then people be like, we're gods. And then those people that say we're gods will point to scripture and be like, right here in Psalms says we are gods. Yeah, then keep reading. It says, but you will die like a man. Look at you. Look at you. Look at Kemet. Look at the Hoteps. Look at all these. The black woman is God. Look at all these doctrines and dogma of man. Look at people trying to explain what the Jews are. You remember that Whoopi Goldberg shit? Y'all remember that shit? And then all these truthers took to social media to explain how she's right or how they're wrong. And you know, people was online and people was on the TV trying to explain what Jewish people are. And I'm like, they don't even believe in the Bible, a lot of them. Most of them are atheists. And how the fuck are you going to explain who the Jews are without even bringing up scripture? I don't give a fuck who any of you think the Jews are. It's a people. It's right there in Genesis. The descendants of Yehuda, the Yahudim, one of the 12 sons of Jacob, who was later named Israel. That's it, nothing more, nothing less. It's a people. And then the Christians that worship Israel and give all their money to Israel. God said, I'll bless them that bless us. They don't even believe in your God. How much more he will bless those that bless you? Since Galatians 3 says, if you belong to the Messiah, which you claim you do, then you are of Abraham's seed and an heir according to the promises. So I don't have to be a Jew to understand that I take that to mean me. How much more the sons and daughters? How much more the believers? People make this about a people. How much more the believers? He'll bless those that bless them, and that's why that shit's stupid. But it's more calcified tradition, passed down by man, full of shit, but it sounds good. It tickles the ears, so people heap these type of people to them to tell them more bullshit. There's people here that are atheists, don't even believe in the Bible. I'm just letting you know, I'm just telling you where I came from. That's why I named this Ecclesiastes. That's what ECC means. Like, it doesn't matter what you believe. This what's going on with me. This is my mindset. And people like, how come you're black pilled? I'm not. Bro, I'm joyous. But I don't need to wave around a rainbow fucking flag and put one on my front yard to let you know I'm fucking happy. I'm good. How come you're not talking about the Rothschild takeover? I've been there, done that. I've been talked about it. They don't get it by now? And even the people that don't get it, you don't have to get it. Your salvation doesn't depend on you getting that bullshit. That shit means nothing in the sphere of life. It doesn't. And we thought it did. And we went down this winding dark road of finding out secrets, more cover-ups, the United Nations, the fucking Rockefellers, the fucking women's suffrage movement, the bullshit with slavery. And then we just keep going down these fucking roads, and it's limitless. It's endless. It's like a maze. And that shit keeps you from growing. Like, there is more to life than that. Shout out to the people that's all they want to talk about. You tune in for that type of content, but I grow. I don't change. I just grow. Just understand different things at a different level, and I act accordingly. I don't dumb myself down just to keep, entertaining people that didn't get it a year ago. This is why I said you can't. That's why I say you can get rid of me, but you can't get rid of me. Like, excuse me, they can censor me, but they can't censor me. I made it a point to never complain about censorship. I'm not going to complain about freedom of speech no more. That shit doesn't even matter to me no more. Because at the end of the day, I'm like, what censorship? I say everything I mean to say. Due in part to being built for consequences. Tribulation. That's life. Which is why I also said for the YouTubers and people online and on Facebook and Instagram that feel like they can quit their fucking job and then complain when the people on these platforms deplatform them. They come with the territory. People act like, that's why I said people aren't warriors. In war, there are casualties. And if you're doing something you believe in, expect that heat. Expect that smoke. Because it will come. That's all I'm saying. I just think about, man, it's deeper than what everybody thinks it's about. Like, on a worldly level, people can hoot and holler and shout for freedom, but that freedom granted to you by man will never be freedom. Y'all never thought about that? The freedom that you hoot and honk and holler and protest for, you're asking a government that you hate to give you freedom. So when you do get that particular brand of freedom from said government you hate, do you really think that's true freedom? This is why I question freedom now. I'm like, hold on, what is all this? What the fuck is all of this about? What the fuck is all of this about? You are free. No one said freedom is comfortable. Somebody told me that was like a liberal talking point. Like, see how you stuck in that realm? You know, I said this shit ain't easy. Nobody owes you. The world doesn't owe you shit. You know, I said I felt free. I was free in solitary confinement. I was free, but the doors were locked shut. But I was free while the guy next to me was freaking the fuck out. It's like people want to be able to do what they want to do. And then this group of people wants to do what they want to do. And then they call that freedom. Well, drag queens are free to read books to your children, but they're your children. But that's in society. Eventually your children grow up and they're no longer under your house. And all their little gay ass friends are running around. Then they bring that shit home or to you or wherever you live. Next thing you know, your fucking lineage ends because your son's a fucking faggot. That's freedom. Freedom for more and more TV to do more and more depraved shit. Freedom for people to capitalize more and more on your fears. Like freedom to do everything except follow the Messiah. That's where I've come to at this point. I'm like, that freedom that the government, that you're begging the government for isn't freedom. These are my opinions. These are my opinions. Don't get mad at me. We're just free thinking today. People be, he's wrong. He's so fucking wrong right now. Fuck. Start singing trap. Back off, I'll take you on. Headstrong to take on anyone. Fuck it. He's so fucking wrong right now. My fucking freedom fire's dying. What's up with y'all though? What y'all talking about? Somebody said we need to organize drag queen parades in small town middle America. If they don't want that shit, they don't want that shit. And small town middle America is mostly communities who agree they don't want that shit. That shit applies to city because it's the city. Like you got it's like in the city, you have more freedom. That's what's crazy about it. In the cities, you have more freedom than you do in small town middle America. The city is what freedom looks like. The city is what man's promise of freedom looks like. Now, follow me, hold on. Because in the city, you could do shit like stay out all fucking night. You have more. I didn't say complete freedom. You could do there's gay bars every fucking where. You got, when you on some small town middle America shit, you have chores. As a child, you grow up, those chores become responsibilities. The type of values that your parents instilled in you. You're not free to just run off and do whatever the fuck you want. You have to be a solid foundation for your family. This is why I believe in the cities, people are having less and less Families. It's like you have less freedom. Like you're not free to wake up at 2 in the morning and go to a gay bar. But that type of work is typically rewarding. It's an honest lifestyle. But you're not free to just sample. I want to go over here and just sample with Nancy and go knick-knack at the Container Store. Like, no one does that shit. Like, But it's funny how now a lot of city people are looking at people living that type of lifestyle in middle America, homesteading, farming, whatever. Like, fuck, dude, I totally want to do what you're doing. I'm stuck in a fucking city and there's no fucking freedom here. Well, he's under, that guy that you want to live like is under a law. A law that says he can't do the type of shit you can do, which would equate to less freedom. Because in order to maintain that lifestyle, that ranch, that farm, that homestead, there's certain things he has to do. He can't forsake that. Responsibility. Like some people equate freedom to lack of responsibility. And therein lies my problem. Therein lies my problem with people screaming freedom. For those are the people who think it's just a phase, a fad. They don't even know their purpose in life. They don't know what they want. They don't know what they want to do with themselves. All they know is freedom. That brand of freedom they then want can then be inverted. Freedom to me means I can fuck a guy. See? Somebody said, say the guy who made money off YouTube. See? Hold on, Freedom Fire. I'm not gonna let you die. So that's just how I think about it now. Somebody said, good to see you, BG. Oh, I'm deleting this. I'm definitely deleting this. I didn't delete the last 2 live streams. This shit's getting deleted. Somebody said that was a gay guy. Yeah, gay or not, he's right. I made some shit of money on YouTube. YouTube is one of those things where if you play by the rules and if you meet certain criteria, you can get rich. You can get rich real quick, but you'll never get wealthy. I feel wealthy, even though I'm not making that type of YouTube money. Like when I first started YouTube, I wasn't making shit. When I was doing automotive repair videos, I was making like, I remember I passed that $100 threshold and I started making $200 a month on YouTube. That was a lot of money to me then when I started this channel. Then it jumped up to 500 a month. And then I remember the Black Lives Matter skit and then the mask skit. People shared that, and then it went up to $10,000 a month just from YouTube. Just from YouTube. Somebody said thinking BG is doing this for money is hilarious. Right? It doesn't. That's a good down. I like talking about it because I like maybe somebody can hear me and be like, yo, that's a road I don't want to go down. Because you lose yourself. Not lose yourself, but you lose yourself in the type of content where you have to keep people engaged. So you can't grow. And when you do grow, you can see it in people's face. They no longer want to talk about the type of shit they're talking about because they understand the bullshit within the shit they're talking about. But this, what they're talking about, brings the views and that brings the money. Then they do gay shit like quit their job. I don't give a fuck if you work at 7-Eleven, especially these truther types. The truther types. They quit their job and try to do this full time, making $10,000 a month. That's called funny money. They take a risk knowing fucked up shit is happening to people. They do the type of shit they do. And then when that fucked up shit happens, they get mad at people like me because I called them retarded. And then they say, well, my family depends on me getting this check. My family depends on me talking in front of a fucking camera. I'm like, that makes you even more retarded, son. You know, I don't know if you had a father. My father taught me it's a poor rat that only has one hole. So I was making that $10,000 a month, and that shit was short-lived. Immediately after my that Jewish video I did, that shit went down. Like, am I mad at Jewish people? No. Am I mad at the people that stopped watching? No. Because that's something I wanted to do. That's where I was at right then. This is me growing. Like, I'm growing. I'm a human. I take a shit just like you take a shit. And my shit stink. Just like your shit stink. So I was growing. So that shit went down. I got less and less emails about people trying to do interviews with me. And then I did the anti-vax skit. It went down and kept going down. Then it was $5,000 a month. Then it was $2,800 a month. All this over the span of like 4 months. Then it was $1,000 a month. Now I make less than that on YouTube. $200 a month. I'm back to where I started and I'm fucking happy. I'm happy. I have 151,000 subscribers right now. Let's talk about it. Like 4 months ago, I had 155,000 subscribers. That's how many people have left in like 4 months or maybe 6 months. It's been a while. I started live streaming real life shit, growing in real time. Making decisions on things in real time. People couldn't hang with that. I don't expect you to. That's what you do. Shout out to the people that left. This isn't about YouTube. This shit bigger than YouTube. I'm the same guy that sat here and told you I see the value in my dad's death. That was a valuable experience for me. I could give 2 fucks less about YouTube. Right now, this shit ain't even for y'all. This shit kind of therapeutic for me. I get on here and say what the fuck I want to say, and if they delete me, I'll make another channel, do it the fuck again. Like, that's why I'm not chasing these platforms, son. Like, people be like on BitChute, I'm on BitChute. People like get on Gab. Gab got a marketplace, I might get on there. But I'm not chasing this online shit like that. Like, it is what it is. If I can hit a button and go live, I'll do it in my downtime or when I feel like talking shit. It's what I feel like doing. This isn't about y'all. This isn't about you. I'm not a truther. I'm not. I'm not here to make you see the light and to shake you until you do. I don't give a fuck less about what you do with Trudeau or a trucker convoy. I don't give a fuck if you understand the Freemasons or not. Bro, my purpose is bigger than that. So, as I was saying, I'm right back to where I started. And in between that time, I've accomplished my goal of getting off of YouTube. And by getting off of YouTube, I don't mean stop making videos. I mean not being financially reliant on YouTube, because that's just retarded. What I mean is bringing value in the real world. That's the type of shit I'm talking about. Developing skills and meeting people. And I'm not just saying this, people. I sold a trailer. Y'all seen me go through 5 trailers in like 5 months. And I've met somebody, I've met important people along the way. The last guy that came to get the big text trailer, it was hustling, flipping trailers and shit, you know. The last guy that came to get the big text trailer, he owns the property that the 7-Eleven is on up the street, that the 7-Eleven and that little tire shop is on. He's seen the 5 lawnmowers. Where the guy at that likes to make fun of me having 5 lawnmowers? Where you at? Yeah, he's seen that. And was like, oh, you run a landscaping business. He seen the trailers. I was like, yeah, trying to get started. He was like, are you interested in cutting the grass on my property? I said, what property? Because I hate doing residential. He was like, nah, you go at the top of the hill right here at that red light, make that left. That's mine. Why, yes. Yes, I would. We negotiate prices. This is how you do it. I'm doing this shit in real time. Like, I'm not just talking about it. It's people here that see me go from zero equipment to, as that one faggot said, 5 lawnmowers. And then I sold some and got better ones. Sold those and got a good one. Now I'm rocking with the one I have, 2, in case I want to bring a buddy. Like, you don't even have, I can employ you and you don't even have to own your own equipment. You just show up. I don't have a Z, I got a Z mower. We doing residential, no, commercial. Y'all seen this in real time. In real time, this shit wasn't a secret. Everything from my first axe that I got at Harbor Freight to the Fiskars, the Swedish shit. I like to get the Swedish mother to get the axe and split the heck out of it. And I don't like to split Swickham with because it doesn't split with the axe. Y'all seen that shit. Y'all see me go through the dealing with the Super Crip Blood Axe Mall guys. Shout out to them. Shout out to Woodworking Gummy Bear. To a fucking log splitter. Splitting wood with an axe. So you seen the growth. That's why I said this shit deeper than YouTube. Don't look at me and see a YouTuber. I don't exist in this world. My world is off of YouTube. This is why you hear me say what I say. I'm not beholden to Susan Wojcicki or any Jew that runs YouTube. I could give a fuck less whether they pay me something or whether they pay me nothing. I don't give a fuck if there's only 300, 200, 100 people here or 2 people here. It could be just gospel bearer in the chat. That nigga's always here. And I'll talk to him directly. I don't give a fuck. And I'm not going to tailor my speech around my audience. There's a lot of people that do that. Trump does that. I'm not wacky, wavy, inflatable. So there, as an honest man, there's nothing you can criticize me about. Maybe my appearance, maybe I don't make that much money, but there's absolutely nothing you can throw at me that'll fucking stick. I don't take money from people. I'm not sponsored. I'm not even asking for donations. I don't do super chats. Every now and then you'll see an ad on my video. I am who I say I am. And it's about time I got back to my roots. And that mentality means that I understand that the shit y'all find joy in and excitement in, like all these weird ass protests and being angry at these mandates, that means I understand that's bullshit. It's bullshit. I live my protests. One day, I might die for what I believe in. And that is okay with me. Content. Game over. Curtains. Shut it down. That's contentment. Don't worry, fire. I hear you. I'm coming. I'm gonna throw the unseasoned shit on you. You ain't gonna get this good shit. I'm not giving you the boiler wood. You want the boiler wood. Once again, sit down on my feet before I live on my knees. What are y'all talking about? Yeah, Gospel Bear. Ecclesiastes stands for ECC stands for Ecclesiastes. That's what I was getting at. You know, because I was talking about my father's death and how my father's death actually was actually valuable. So I went over some scriptures in Ecclesiastes. These are just the facts, folks. I don't even know what the fuck this is. Somebody said that's a good way of putting it. Somebody said, did you hurt your arm? You okay? No, I was pulling wood. Somebody said, how about chopping wood shirtless for fanboys that don't work? Well, I don't do shit like that. Hey, I don't consciously... Yo, that's extremely gay. Like, guys that just show off their body and shit, like, that shit is gay. Not gay as in gay, they fuck guys. Like, I call a lot of shit gay. Don't pay me no mind, but that shit's whack. That's weird. I feel like that's... Like, y'all won't catch me doing it. Like, I'll never consciously be like, let me take my shirt off so people can see my muscles. Like, who the fuck does that? I know who does that, but that's not what I do on this side. That shit is weird. Like, I lose respect for people that do that type. I don't, like, you can be a respectable guy, but I'm, like, I quite, like... Like, you are a I want to be seen type of individual. That doesn't, that temperament doesn't jive well with mine. Like, I already know, like, I can't build with somebody with that type of temperament because they're going to want to take credit for shit when it's a team effort. I'm going to give you an example. The type of people who are always shirtless and want to show you their muscles and work out all the fucking time and be like, and have a look at me posture, are the type of people that'll loan you money when you're at your worst and tell everybody they loaned you money. I don't do that type of shit. And I don't respect people that do. People are like, look at him. I loaned him $500. So now it's no longer about him. It's about you. You made the fucked up shit going on with him about you. And now you want glory for doing something nice, decent, respectable. And that's your buddy. But you're telling me how much money you gave him. Like, what do you want, a fucking cookie? You know, that shit doesn't sit well with me. You know, that's that friend. I don't do shit like that. If you get it from me and somebody like, how you get that? I'm like, you gotta ask him. That's on him. You know, they want a damn award. Like I don't like guys that they don't. Nah, I don't do that. Like that's there's something deep there. I probably like I've grown to understand certain behavior patterns because I've seen a lot of it. I've seen there's certain people's behavior to let you know who they are. I've learned to read like body language because my life depended on it, and people's personality traits. Like people that want to be seen, the shirtless, they don't make good work companions. If you own a company or you need some labor, they don't make good workers. They don't. If, let's say you even get into a scrap with a group of people somewhere, just some random Canadians that heard you talking shit about them, or some Tom McDonald fans, and your buddy just a shirtless ass, he's just there for aesthetics. Like typically those people won't engage in the actual solution or fixing a problem. And if you do that type of shit and I'm wrong about you, then I'm wrong. I don't know. Like, you don't gotta take this shit to heart. But if you took it to heart, then that means you're a bitch and you're exactly what I just described. You know? That type of shit. So yeah, I don't do that shit. I don't do that shit. Like those type of people care more about, yeah, fancy boys, pretty boys. Care more about their shirt getting dirty than they do about fixing the problem. They shirts can't get dirty. Somebody said, okay, Mr. Glove wearing soft hands. Damn right, Haywood Jabroni. What is that? Is that shit supposed to make me not want to wear gloves? I've been past that peer pressure shit. As a mechanic. And every mechanic out there knows that if you show up to a shop with gloves on, you're going to get called a sissy. Yeah, I've been through all that. I've been through my phase of not wearing gloves. And the older I get, I'm like, I need to put some gloves on, son. Getting too old for this shit now. I wear knee pads when I work on my vehicles in the driveway. That's who I am now. I'm too old for that shit. Y'all youngins can run around like that. I'm too old for that shit. My hands are important. My hands bring value into this reality. My hands how I feed my family and take care of myself. I respect my hands. So I'm out here splitting wood. You're not going to see me without gloves. I don't give a fuck what super crip blood wood splitting guy doesn't wear gloves. I don't give a fuck if you don't wear gloves. Them splinters ain't for me. Like these are the same type of people. Like I don't play that shit. Nope. I wear a mask when I do brake pads. Like I did some brake pads. I put this on. When you do that snot test, every working man in here knows about that snot test. When you done split some wood, or you was working on a car or a vehicle or a brake system, and you go in the house and you blow your nose, and it's black. Yeah, I hate that shit. I don't care if you like it. I don't. And that's life. That's the beauty. You can do that shit. I don't have to. Shout out to you, Haywood Jabroni. I like you. But yeah, for anybody else out there that's under like a peer pressure and you let shit like that, they're like, oh, hey. If you fold because of what other people say, you a bitch. If you go to work And I'm gonna tell you something. You go to work and you wear gloves, and they make fun of you for wearing gloves, and the next day you go to work not wearing gloves, you a bitch. You a bitch. You just lost a small battle. Bro, I'm a soldier. I wake up every day. Every day, that's life. This is life. This is why I say I love life. It's just deeper than life. Death gives life value. That's what I was talking about. Like, you listen to the opinions of men that will die and wither away, just like my father did. Superman one day, on the deathbed the next day. And you let men pressure you into giving up on your foundation, your faith, your beliefs, your core values, etc. You see it now, don't you? You get it. You get it. Hey, come on, you get it. I know you do. I know you get it. Come on, you get it. This is just where I'm at in my life right now. So it's some people that got dreadlocks. They work out. They dreads hanging out. I don't play that shit. I don't need my dreads getting caught in any equipment. I don't give a fuck if I'm around equipment or not. I don't need my shit getting dirty, going in the house, sleeping on the pillow, dirty ass head stinking, and I don't do that type of shit. You get it. Like, yo, that's y'all homework. I'm giving you niggas homework. That's y'all's homework. Stop being bitches. Got more wood. Somebody say Gary knows snot rocket. I don't even know what that means. Fucking freedom fire. Somebody said a big job for some people here probably. Shit, well, they done listen this long. Somebody said Cullion won the war. I seen that. He do oil his arms to put baby oil on his arms to take photos with AR-15s and shit. That shit gay. Somebody said, do you hate Mike Lindell that much, BG? I don't even know what Mike Lindell got to do with it. I don't even know. Is that the pillow guy? I don't care about these people no more. Somebody said, I'm 50. Yeah, my pillow guy. It was people running around expecting him to give you salvation and deliver you from a tyrannical government or whatever the fuck you want to call him. Like, I understand why we were given the fossil fuel. Like, I got my fault. Yeah, I promise y'all, I understand why we were given this lie. I'm not even mad. I'm not even mad no more. I understand why we were given the fossil fuel shit. Somebody said deer shit. Nah. Nah. Somebody said my husband ordered those pillows and it was the worst pillow. Never left my... They probably make good pillows. I don't... Yeah, keep your pillows nappy hair free. Mike Lindell makes much less money. Yeah, I don't care, Michael. I don't care how much money Mike Lindell has. I don't even have a problem with these people. My problem used to reside in you people. Like, it was never them, it was you. Like, I remember when, well, how old was I? I remember I used to have a bully at the morning bus stop. And one of my sisters, the nigga took my hat. And I went home and, you know, went through all that. Where's your fucking hat? And it was like, nigga took it. It's no big deal. And it was like, what? And then my sister, you know, one of my sisters, I got a big ass family, was like, nah, fuck that. What you mean you let him take your hat? I was like, I let him take my hat. Nah, I didn't let him take my hat. He took it. I didn't understand where she was going with that. Like, she was blaming me for getting my hat taken. I was like, I can't, this is a big dude. I can't, what do you want me to do? He took my hat. I didn't, you know. Man, bruh, I got in trouble for that. Y'all hear me? I got in trouble for that. I got in trouble for letting someone take my hat. And as a child, I didn't understand it. I had to stand up to that guy in order to understand the lesson in that situation I was going through. And that shit was on me. I let him take my hat because I was scared of him. I didn't want to take it there. I didn't even believe in having that hat. There was no conviction there. I was just like, it's a fucking hat. But the value in that hat was, my people got me that hat. I let them down. I need that hat back. And that's how I see life today. Somebody said, BG, this type of situation messed me up. I had to accept it and move on. I couldn't accept it and move on. I wanted to, but I wasn't allowed to. I got in trouble for somebody else. A bully came and took my hat, and I got in trouble for it. How dare them? Until I stood up for myself. Pete, shout out to Pete. Going forward, after me and him sat down and popped, it was no more issues. We became friends. And that's life. I couldn't accept that. I didn't even realize I was being taught at an early age to overcome my inner bitch. But I was. Like, that's what I was. I'm like, yo, this is child abuse. How the fuck am I in trouble for him taking my hat? And you're not gonna go talk to him. You're not gonna do nothing. Nah, you got to work that out yourself. I can't do that for you. Your sister can't do that for you. Your brother can't save you. Your mom can't save you. Your dad can't save you. Scripture teaches you got to work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. I applied that and didn't even fucking know it, and confronted my fears and overcame an inner bitch that I didn't even know how to recognize it as being an inner bitch. It doesn't matter who you put on the case. You have a bully taking something from you. don't let them take it. You may have a bigger brother that can beat up said bully. Your brother beats up said bully, you're still a bitch. You still let somebody take your hat and you didn't get your hat back. There's no one that can save you from that path you have just went down. You got to do that shit for yourself, son. This is what I see. These events in my life have led me up to this point. And this is what I use today to understand the world around me. This is why I'm not excited about people begging a government they call tyrannical for privileges. This is why I never fell for the black supremacy shit or the white man is doing it to us narrative. Never. I know people that did. I have friends that did. I never quite adhered to that. That just felt like inner bitch to me. That felt like allowing an inner bitch to come in. You know, like it's a demon. That felt like opening yourself up to an entity called inner bitch. And then you get possessed by said inner bitch. And then you just become an outward bitch. But you disguise it as aggression, maybe fear, maybe hate for the white man. And I seen it. Because then when it came time to actually fight the white man, them niggas didn't do shit. All that shit y'all talk about the white man, and we out there fighting the white man, and y'all sitting here hugging the fucking fence like a bunch of inner bitches. Y'all see it, right? Yeah, man, y'all, bruh, everything fucked up that happened to me, bro. I love it. I love when shit fucks up. That means I can overcome said fucked up shit. That gives me a chance. I love jumping hurdles. You learn more about the world around you. Nah, that's why I said don't duck that adversity. Fuck that. Let's chill out. No, let's go the harder way. Let's go the harder way. Somebody said, I personally think our government has done such a good job governing us that we have a responsibility to return the favor and govern them just as they once governed us. I don't. And I'm so past the government. Then you become the government. It's like you overthrow the government, you become the government. You want power. Y'all remember that scene from the Hunger Games? What was that bitch name? Katniss? When Katniss was helping the revolution overthrow the people at the Capitol. And then she realized, like, you don't want freedom, you just want to be in power. And they had a whole agenda all for that. It feels similar. It feels like just a bunch of power hungry people. It feels like a bunch of bottom bitches that want to be top bitches. But they need help from the unaware and unsuspecting to achieve this. So they run narratives by. And you think that once these people get in power, it's going to be all good. But it never happens that way. You're just looking for a material fix to a spiritual problem. I don't know how else to say it. I don't. That's just where I'm at. And that's not only where I'm at and that's just what makes the most sense. People are looking for material solutions to spiritual problems. Ain't nothing gonna change until you fix your spirit. People are so morally bankrupt, it doesn't matter whether they're underdogs or not. All of them suck. So it's like you're just going to be going through you're just going to be going through a different type of oppression. You're just going to be going through what you feel like is a different type of the walls are closing in feeling. It's like, imagine the right wing take power right now. I'd probably be in jail for criticizing Jewish people for that one skit. But do you know, after that one, I thought the right, no bullshit, I thought the conservatives were all about freedom of speech. Man, you say something about Israel, that freedom of speech shit goes out the window quick. They don't give a fuck about it. They want the power. That's why I said both parties are the fucking same. It's like both parties are the same, all operating under one master. Prince of the power of the air. Somebody said two sides of the same coin. They both suck. Somebody said that's the rhinos. All of them. It's all of them. Rhinos, non-rhinos. It's that whole situation. That whole situation. The trannies for Trump. That we got to start allowing this. That whole situation is wavy, wacky, inflatable, wavy arm guy. And that whole situation, that right and left shit, doesn't deserve the type of loyalty that people like me can bring to the table. Because I'm worth more than that. I'm worth more than sitting here and having to vote for the lesser of two evils. I am a fucking conqueror. I am elite. I don't settle. It's like we hold the cards. We have a lot to offer. I don't settle. Oh yeah. Get this going for the night. I need to get another pitchfork. Oh, I'm such a fucking shell. It's like, damn, yo, I get it. I get it. fucking get it. Oh shit, they got blower settings. Yeah, it got a little turtle mode. See how that lights up? Then it got a little, it got the rabbit mode. Somebody say, yep, sounds like a hair dryer. It's a little hair blower, you know. It ain't much, it ain't fancy, but it gets the job done. It gets the job done. I'm gonna be getting a backpack blower for this upcoming season. It's just something for me to use around the house. It works great for what I use it for. Nothing heavy duty. Somebody said gotta get me a blower. Well, I mean, it does come in handy, especially for like getting the fires going and whatnot. I clean leaves from out below. Salam Abraham said, you got any friends? Yeah, I got like one friend and a lot of family. I got bonds. Somebody said we do fires too, that's why. Dog Trainer said, do you play chess? I used to a long time ago. I don't even know how to play anymore. I used to play chess. That's a game I used to play on in lockup. Like, I haven't played that since. Hey, well, said I clear water and snow with my blower? Well, yeah, that Milwaukee blower is definitely not clearing any snow. Somebody said they had chess pieces made out of toilet paper, some true craftsmanship in there. Nah, we had actual chess pieces. Everything isn't made out of toilet paper. Creed said, current situation, they are openly trying to take the Freedom Truckers' children. I do not see that working out for them. Why are children there? Well, let me not go there because I'm on the outside looking in. But like a freedom, like a uprising, like any type of situation, that's how I know people aren't serious. You brought your children to a fucking uprising when shit can get real. Like, y'all went there to play games, didn't y'all? Like, nah, that not, man, bro. We just different. We just. I'll accept that. I'll take that. Who brings children to a fucking uprising? Children? Nah, men of war say, yo, this shit gonna get squirrely, yo. I need you to hang tight, sit with your mom. This is what we do in the event I don't come back. Go here, tell them this. Go talk to them, here's some numbers. Like, y'all just went there to beg for shit. Like, that shit I don't respect that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's what? Y'all got children at a fucking... And then people want me to take this shit seriously with the truckers. And they brought... Who brought children? What, are you lying to me? I don't even think people would do that. You're lying. You're a troll. No one brought children. That's fucking weird. Somebody said... The children are there to learn how to be free. You tell them, Abraham, you don't learn how to be free. You live it. Did you not just hear me talk about my father and the lessons I learned? That's life. I lived it. I just told you about a bully that took my hat and what happened when I got home. I got in trouble for that. That's a lesson. I lived it. You don't go to a fucking parade and learn how to be free. You live it. Your parents hand that shit down by default. It's the mentality. Like, you can't just see some shit like that and that's what it is. You live it every day. Life lessons, living with parents who live like that. Y'all playing games. You're fucking playing games. You don't watch and they're there to learn how to be free. Really? No, they're there so that the people y'all call opposition can use them as leverage against you. That was a dumbass move. No true revolutionaries would ever do no shit like that. No true uprising would ever do no shit like that. That shit is stupid, son. Y'all dumb as hell if y'all brought children there. Who the fuck does that? Y'all, that means y'all were playing games and y'all there for play. Just like I've been said in the beginning, it doesn't mean shit. You're just playing games. If you brought children, you're definitely there to play games. Like, no one who's serious about their fucking freedom is going to sit up there and be like, yo, let's bring the children. Let's bring the children. For what? So we could teach them how to be free. How about we teach them how to be free when we're told to wear a mask and we fucking don't? How about we teach them to hold fast to your morals rather than conveniences and comfortability? How about that? How about we show them that this is life? This isn't a moment in time that people will forget tomorrow. This is life. Weeks will go by and people will forget all about this shit. Months will go by, years will go by. This shit will be forgotten in history. Life. The lessons my father taught me, I'm going to pass down. That shit going to get passed down. It was passed down to me and I didn't even know it was being passed down. I just sat here and told you. That's why I named this Ecclesiastes. You fucking serious right now? But then again, these are my opinions. So, we take everything I say with a grain of salt. I'm just a guy that sings Cher songs in the garden. I don't know. Maybe y'all's children learn just that they don't have to put no work in, that mommy and daddy will take care of everything, right? Just watch us. Just learn to be free. We're taking you to a fucking workers' uprising, a fucking freedom convoy where we're going to go against a tyrannical government, and you're coming with us to learn how to be free. To watch us honk horns and shit. And leave when we're threatened of being locked up. Like, man, it's a lot of y'all that rather live comfortable than hold fast to your morals. And it shows. It shows. And then a lot of y'all call yourselves Christians. Catholics or whatever the fuck you want to be. But y'all not really ready for tribulation. Y'all think losing a job for what you believe in is bad. Shit. Bible teaches shit gonna get real for what you believe in, and a lot of you will die. It even says, pray to flight, your flight not be in winter. Flee to the mountains. Tribulation is coming. But those that hold fast to my teachings will be rewarded. And here y'all are selling out for a job. You rather be comfortable. Teaching your children true freedom is, hey, they wanted us to kneel to this golden statue. We don't kneel. So I lost my job, which is why you're eating beans right now in a fucking trapper shack. This is why community is important. I don't like going to a protest doesn't. The Blue Jays are here, thank goodness, y'all, because people are getting moist on the chat. Huh? Hold on, I'm gonna come deal with you. All right, y'all, I'm out. Y'all got moist.